throw it at me. Just like that. Non-violence yoga center. Come on. All right. It's funny for as long as we've been doing this little practice, right? So emailing with Patty, and she was, it's like, I can't figure out the center out. Blah, blah, blah. So it's a difficult concept, right? You all have come to here for the first time, and you know how it feels. You've been here for a while. You all are old folks in the sense of the yoga center, not on the H. But it's funny to see that people sometimes come to the yoga center. They sit. Um, they first of all to come into the yoga center, right? The energy of the yoga center itself. Not there's anything special or magical about it, but there's something about this yoga center that not everybody finds us, not everybody looks for us or encounter us. Um, and then so the first initial contact, right? So who are these people? They're not anything fancy. They're not like this yoga center that you know advertises to have these beautiful bodies on their screens. So and then the people that actually are able to come in, to even just walk in through that door is challenging in itself, right? There's something about it that just some people just cannot make it, and it's perfectly okay. And I just saw this couple of girls that were looking into the window, and they're just like they just run off, right? And so and some people that are able to come in, they sit for like 5 minutes or 10 minutes in the yoga practice, and then just they can't take it. They have to leave. There's also the people that come and stay for a little bit longer, and they end the yoga practice and they just say amazing things, and they come and say, this is the yoga center I've always been looking for my entire life. and and then that's a clear sign that they will never, not always is the case, but the clear sign that's the people that never come back. So for some reason, I don't know what it is, right? I don't want to judge anybody, but that's just the way that my experience. And then there's always the people that come for a certain period of time. They said, I have to bring all my friends to it, and they start pulling people. They bring everybody else into the yoga center, and then the friend that is brought in by their friend stays, and the other person goes and never comes back. So it's just a weird dynamic. And so all to say that every yoga center has its own very specific characteristics and energy and all whatever you want to call that, right? But again, the wonderful thing about this yoga center that when we, you know, when I was introduced to it many moons ago, it was that it was meant to be a non-profit organization, not because of the money. Really has nothing to do with the financial part of it. It was because that the idea of that is that we are exempt of having to have 10,000 people here, right? Which you all have been long here enough to see that there are days that we had to kick people out and actually close the door and have to double up spaces and all that stuff. Those times are gone. COVID, thank God, has alleviated that from our experience. But the idea is that this yoga center can actually be not concerned about numbers, right? And it costs money, and you all know that, to sustain these yoga centers. Little and inexpensive this shopping center might be, and as long as we've been in this yoga center space, and so we're able to minimize the costs, and the costs are very minimal that we do. Nobody earns money here, quite the contrary. I think many of us, you're with contributions, and of course, even us that are in the volunteer side, we much cover the difference of the rent and the electricity and all those things. And we've been doing it for years, and it's not a big deal. The idea is that we don't have to be apologetic or commercial about the way that we produce our yoga center, right? The way that we are genuinely presenting our yoga center and their ideas and the philosophical content. And it's okay for people to not be, because this is definitely not for everybody, and it's is some sort of you know, wherever I fit best, which is actually what happens, wherever my soul and my spirit is attracted to, and that's exactly where we all need to be. And so there's a unique characteristic about this yoga center, that is we're able to say and be exactly as spiritual as we can be and want to be, as we genuinely are. And so all that to say that that is the intention, and that's it was reminded me, as we see people, every single session we see new people coming in. But again, the idea of this yoga center is to create that space, that safe space, where we can just exhale. We don't have to present. We don't have to be pretty. We don't have to be tough. We don't have to fake anything. We can just be all ourselves. We can just open our hearts and exactly fit all the other layers and faces and shields that we need to build in the rest of the world. We can allow ourselves to be on our yoga mat and genuinely experience ourselves, and to really have what the yoga word means, which is to connect. What are we always emphasizing and thinking about it, which is the connection to the spirit, right? By simply moving. And this moving meditation is about reawakening that and reminding our mind that is constantly thinking about, my vegan gluten-free cake that went flat, to, come back and say, so what is it that I do when I do my yoga practice? Is it about my non-birthday celebration, or is it about the moment right now, right? Is it about the multiple things that I have left on my desktop to do in my daytime job, or whatever happens through the day, versus being here with my physical body and to do that genuine self-care, which is really strengthening that sense of spirit. And so the most important instrument that we use here is to allow ourselves, to remind ourselves constantly to exhale, to breathe out, to pause, to honor the inhalation when it's ready to come in. And we breathe into your physical body, spine, shoulders, neck, area of the body that needs to be focused in, and then allow one more time to start always the cycle as we exhale and surrender. We surrender all expectations, surrender all the things and problems and thoughts, and then we inhale and we welcome the soft inhalation into our body, whatever that breath comes in, not as an expectation, but as an invitational breath. And we embrace it and we hold it and we allow it to then exhale at your own pacing, not mine, not anybody else's around the room, but your own pace, to breathe out, to exhale, to empty out. We pause. And when inhale, we expand. Again, breathing in through the nose rather than through the mouth, to observe as gentle or as vivid breath as we are wanting to do today. And we hold it for as long as we need to. And we soften as we exhale. All the muscles, face, expectations of the head, of the intellect, of the mind, of the physical body. And maybe the arms extend gently forward, extending them up towards the sky as we inhale, raising index finger towards the sky, and we hold it up, and we exhale slowly, sitting onto your sitting bones. And one more time, feeling the spine, the back, and the arms come slowly open wide as you exhale, around the shoulders, very wide, feeling the range of movement around the rotator cuffs, the scapular area, and then gently inhaling the arms forward and up towards the sky, as your arms and index fingers extend towards the ceiling, and opening the heart, opening the chest as the arms, to physically feel the body opening through the chest area. Slowly, one more time, allowing the body to engage, to feel that the body is just an instrument, right? And all the things that come up, thoughts, emotions, memories, feelings, are able to just be released as we softly engage the hands to come touching the hips, the ground, behind the glute area. And you find your fingers, the fist, the palms of the hands slowly coming towards the ground. Less is more, as we already know. The elbows bend, the shoulders drawn back, and the chest opens. And the abdomen tugs in, and you feel the entire sternum lengthen and extend towards the sky as your chin, if your neck allows it, raises towards the sky, extending the throat, moving the tongue towards the roof of your mouth, and finding the head slowly tilting behind the spine, and you find the body inhaling and opening. And so what does it feel like to not pinch the back, not pinch the cervical spine, but to just feel and think about openness? What is the emotion? What is in our gut area that allows it or prevents it to move and deeply extend and open? What is it in our chest? Where is that we feel in the chest area any sensation and openness and moving of the breath comes into the parts of the lungs and throat area? What is it in our chin or facial expression of the tongue or the root of the tongue area that feels all the unsaid things, all the things in our voice? Let your last long inhalation feel the body inhaling. And let the exhalation bring the torso slowly forward. One more time, gently towards the ground. And we're going to allow the right hand with your legs extended or your legs exactly where they are. You need to switch your legs to extend them out. Feel that your right hand comes all the way forward and your left hand comes towards the back of your hips, torso, waist, and let your shoulders widen and your head slowly looking out towards the left thigh, towards the left chest, towards the left shoulder, towards the wall behind you, and your jaw draws in and the crown extends, and your inhalation extends the vertebrae column. The exhalation wraps your abdomen. Can we feel the muscles just hugging and moving internally? One more time, the spine is just twisting lightly into the center of the vertebrae column, and when the body exhales, releases this slow motion of arms and shoulders and spine and coming back to the center, and we breathe in to let the body move towards the right side as you exhale, and see if your hands and fingers and fists or palms of hands touch the ground, and your head slowly rolls over to the right side, towards the right shoulder, towards the wall behind, not because you're muscling your weight, is you're feeling your body moving. And you can allow the breath as it exhales to just fit gently a little bit deeper, and we start observing what are the things that the body is bringing up, and there's more and more things that you're going to become more conscious of. You're going to start feeling in a more subtle way things that happen inside the body, and what are we doing to support that? And so the micro adjustments. Can you feel movement? Shoulders, spine, neck. What is in my head? Am I still again outside my body? Can I connect slowly as I inhale? Again, attention inside the body as I exhale, releasing when your body is ready to exhale back into the center position, and observing the body to slowly settle. Then maybe the knees come slowly off the ground, and your body slowly, if you want to roll over your shins or bring your legs around, whichever helps you come hands and knees, and let your body slowly come gently onto hands and knees. And let the exhalation gently support the position of your torso, bringing your left hand to open a little bit wider, and your right elbow and right forearm to slowly come towards the ground under the chest. So your torso twists lightly, your right knee stays on the ground, your left leg slowly stretches back, and you open slowly your left leg behind. Maybe your left arm stays on the ground to balance your torso. Make sure the elbow is not directly under the shoulder, but slightly in front, so you're not pinching to the joint of the shoulder. Your eyes open towards the ground, towards the side of your chest, towards the sky, or maybe with your eyes still closed, and your left leg slowly opens and your left hand comes off the ground if needed. It's an option towards your waist, towards your hips, towards your leg, towards the sky, and you open the chest and you breathe in and exhale all the way through. One more time, feeling that your body slowly extends and opens. And what happens when you stretch and open the body this way? Can you find your last lunge? Now you're activating your toes, the ankle, the foot. And let the left arm and the left knee slowly come gently towards the ground, and you raise the right elbow, placing the right hand under the shoulder. Exhaling, balance positions. Slowly flex the toes and raise your knees, and let your heels be highest off the ground above the toes, and your head to slowly point towards the ground, and you stretch and open the hamstrings. Press against the glutes away from the arms. Can you lengthen? And there's always room to activate a little bit more of that index, a little bit of more of that thumb to the ground, that the pinky opens wide, and the heel of the hand opens, that your jaw draws in, and the cervical spine lengthens towards the floor. In your last long turn, can you carry the glute muscles by flexing your hip flexors deeper, and let your body exhale, and your hips and knees and entire back, cervical spine, neck, shoulders, hands soften, and you breathe in And the left elbow exhales. Again, the rhythm of your breath is what makes movement possible. Left elbow, left forearm slowly to the ground. Right leg slowly stretches back. Maybe your right leg slowly comes off the floor. The left elbow, as you already know, is not under the shoulder, but slightly in front and to the left. And let your palm hand steady, and maybe your right hand remains on the ground, or maybe your right hand comes slowly towards the hip, and you find your way into your own position, and you find your chest and shoulders an extension of the spine to breathe in and support. One more time, observe your body. So what happens with your left foot? Are you balancing? Are you trying to find the balance of your body? And so what does it take for your eyes to open or maybe close if you want to have higher intensity? Or maybe look towards the ground, towards the chest, or towards the sky. Again, in increasing intensity, can you find your last two breaths into this position? Activate your toes. Is your right leg forgotten? Let your final inhalation squeezing that right glute. And then exhale and release kindly your right hand, your right knee, and your left elbow slowly lifts, and the palms of hands come under the shoulders. Your toes tuck, your neck softens, your knees come off the ground, your heels come off the floor, your abdomen flexes, your head looks gently into that modified down dog, towards your toes, towards your knees, towards your thighs, towards your belly button area. Use the strength of your arms, open the underarms, contract the back of your shoulders, right? Your deltoid muscles really flex so you can allow the opening of the underarms, so you can feel the drainage of your lymphatic system. You can think about your head slowly dropping down and emptying your lungs, that your abdomen actually pumps slowly your diaphragm into the base of your lungs every time that you exhale to contract those abdominal rectus muscles, and you feel your last long inhalation to open the tailbone area. And then exhale and let your knees come slowly towards the floor. And what does it feel like for your body to exhale into the ground? And you feel your body slowly stretching your toes to the floor and walking your hands kindly towards your knees as your spine and torso slowly moves very much upright as you're kneeling comfortably into position. You find the perfect distance between your knees, about hip or shoulder distance from each other. Let your body exhale kindly and let your arms slowly move forward in front of your body and up towards the sky, and look slowly in between the hands if your neck and cervical spine allows it, and your hands come a little bit taller or maybe slightly behind the shoulders, and feel that your body is just not pinching the spines, right? It's not collapsing the vertebrae column. It's about extending the abdomen, extending the chest, extending the throat, and looking slowly behind the shoulders, and feel that your body moves massively extensive directions away from its center. One last long deep breath in. When your body's ready, slowly, gently bring your arms softly forward, and your head gently draws chin to your chest, and we round because of the glutes, because of the hip flexors, because of your thighs. Your back rounds softly forward, and see, where does it go? Are your hands having to rest on your thighs, on your calves, on your ankles, on the ground, or simply softly off the floor? And your crown of head points towards the ground enough that you're pushing into the seat of your pants through your glutes, and your abdomen curls every time you exhale. Your shoulder blades drop away from each other. Inhaling, your spine is gently extending every single bit of the apex of your vertebrae. Two more times. Breath in. Can you feel the exhalation, that your abdomen flexes and your last long breath in? And so what does it take for our body to be comfortable in this position? Can you find what is it that moves those muscles, and what are the muscles that inhale and raise? Not because of your lower back. Gently use your glutes, use your thighs, learn to, again, delegate strength into the rest of your body, and maybe your arms open wide to the right and left as you're inhaling. Open your arms wide, 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 and then up towards the sky, and allow the palms of the hands to slowly cross fingers above the head, and the heel of the hands to turn up towards the sky as you breathe in to extend and lengthen the arms, the underarms, the back of the shoulder blades. Squeeze the glutes, lift your chin, extend the crown of the head away from your tailbone, open your throat, breathe. Exhale all the way through. Find your last two breaths. Feel that your body moves. And again, what are the memories? What are the thoughts that come to head right now? And let your body exhale and release, and focus, refocus. Where is it that we are attaching our mind to when the body is ready? Can I find my right knee slowly staying on the ground and my left foot stepping forward? And I can feel kindly my left heel, my toes strong, and leaning the weight slightly onto that left foot without pinching the ankle, the knee, especially we have again, a sensitive joint in our body. And the right hand comes slowly into my waist on the right hip, on the right iliac crest, onto the glute area on the right side, to the hamstring, enough that I can feel my right elbow, my right shoulder moving behind, dropping it, pointing towards the wall behind you, and the left arm coming towards the left thigh, towards the left mid thigh, maybe towards the left knee, or maybe in front of my chest, extending the arm and raising up, and my head looks slowly towards the right side of my body so I can feel the extension, squeezing glutes and open the hip flexors and maybe leaning deeper into the left leg if my body allows it. Never the knee of the left leg crosses the tip of your toes. As you know, is your foot twisted? Are you paying attention, right? This is where mindfulness comes really in play here. Are you really taking care of your body? Does it feel too far? Have I gone? Am I paying attention enough? Am I ignoring the symptoms of my body, just asking me to not go farther, or maybe to go a little bit deeper because it's just losing attention and it's just traveling all kinds of places when your body exhales and you can feel your body moving slowly all the way through, slowly press through that left leg and come back gently up. And then exhale gently, bring your hands towards the ground, allow your left foot to slowly travel behind, place the left knee to the ground, palms of hands into the floor, lift the left leg off the ground, jaw draws in, crown head extends, point your toes away from your body and raise as if you're just squeezing the glutes. Breath in as if your left glute really retracts and your toes point or your toes flex only, or is the entire foot that flexes. And you feel your body slowly engaging the glute area and open the hip flexors while your hands are strong. Maybe for some of us, the elbows bend a little bit and the elbows tighten towards the rib cage and the torso leans into the arms, into the forearm. So your left leg stays tall and your jaw draws in, not because you're forcing, not because you're tensing, because you're activating the elbows and triceps. Not the elbow joints, but the muscles support your elbows. Elbows in towards your ribs, squeeze them in. So your shoulders broaden and you open your chest, elbows in, shoulders wide. Exhale, exhale, come back. Inhale, again, your degree of intensity. Let your left knee steady, beautiful. Step forward as you inhale your right foot into the ground. Is that okay with your knee? Do you need a pillow? You know where the closet is with all kinds of wonderful props. So observe your body. If you just let me know, do you need a pillow? Exhale, slowly foot into the ground, heel into the floor, toes extend, knees slowly aligned with your toes. As you know, bring your hands into your leg, into your thigh, into your hip, into your waist. Let your left hand now come and support and feel that your, again, index and thumb are really aligning with the iliac crest, and your right hand stays onto your thigh, into your knee, into your leg, and your left shoulder and elbow slowly move back. And this is as far as you're gonna go. Perfect. Stay right there and feel that your abdomen, the left side of your body opens, that your abdomen, muscles and skin and all the layers inside. Feel it, right? Create that conversation connection with your body. Maybe your right hand is able to slowly move forward in front of your chest, or maybe a little bit higher, maybe above the shoulder, above the head, and you can look slowly towards your toes, towards the elbow, towards the shoulder, and we breathe in and you find adjustments. Is your body telling you something? Right? Is your body talking to you? And your body talks to you in so many different ways. Can you feel your heart rate? Can you feel your breathing rhythm? Can you feel connections of your nervous system? Are you observing muscles? Is your body talking? Do you need to adjust certain things? Less is always more. It's about you and your physical body. Observe your exhalation. Allow your last two breaths. Exhale and feel how that feels to engage those muscles, to find strength as you exhale all the way through, and then slowly come back as your right leg slowly presses. Your body slowly moves into the right thigh, your left hand undoes, and you slowly move your hands towards the ground, and your right leg, instead of swinging it, you slowly move it back, palms of the hands into the ground, right leg slowly moves back, and you slowly open it just hip height, pointing the toes, separating the toes, flexing the toes only so the ball of your toes push out, or the entire foot? How is most effective to your calf, to the extension of your knee, that you're aware that you're actually stretching the leg muscles, not because you're forcing or locking the leg, it's because you're creating mobility. Can you feel your glute muscles active? And maybe for some of us, not all of us, the elbows are able to tuck in towards your rib cage. So by moving the elbows in closer, the shoulders widen. So you're now engaging the chest. And maybe it's a little bit of a tilt forward, and that's enough for my body. Or maybe my body lowers the chest, maybe elbow height, and I can feel my right leg coming really tall. Again, it doesn't matter. It's not about the intensity externally or how far it looks, it's how it feels for your body. What is it your body needs today? Can you exhale slowly into this position, your entire strength? Do you need to add intensity so your body is able to start talking to you and you start really paying attention? The mind doesn't travel all kinds of ways. Can you let your last one breath? Can you observe your body? Right leg active, elbows and triceps engage. Inhale, inhale. And exhale, slowly drop. Right knee, hands on the shoulders, breath in. Flex the toes one more time and allow your fingers to slowly press through the root of your fingers, raising the heels, slowly raising the glutes, coming into, again, that modified down dog, to then allow your left knee to bend and your right heel to come closest to the ground. So what does that feel to bend the left knee forward and just allow the sole of your right foot to come closest to the ground? Stretch it gently. Doesn't mean that the heel has to touch the ground. Doesn't mean that your toes have to lift off the ground on the right foot. But you want to look at your ankle, look at the arch of your foot. Is your foot rolled in towards the arch? Are you maintaining your shin? Are you maintaining your kneecap connected? Is your muscles, or are the muscles of your thigh, your quad muscles, active? Can you exhale all the way through the crown of the head towards the ground? And again, what is your body feeling? How are you connecting? Are you present in that, again, mindfulness that we've been talking about lately? Can you observe your tummy and raise the right heel? And then bend the knees towards the ground. Exhale slowly. Beautiful. Inhale. Bend the elbows. Let the forearms into the ground. Let the palms and hands slowly look towards each other. Let the elbows not wider than your forearms. You know, to measure that by bringing your fingers of the opposite hand outside the elbow. If it doesn't touch the outside of the elbow, your elbows might be a little bit too wide. So once you find the distance and do those forms so they can rotate forward and you can raise, or you can place the palms of hands facing each other or on top of each other, or interlacing fingers, and your body weight shifts towards your forearms. And maybe this is as far as you're going to go, and you find the body strength onto your arms, into your shoulders, into your chest, and that's as far as you're going to go. Maybe your knees move a little bit farther behind. Maybe your knees lift off the ground, and you can stay just into that Chaturanga Dandasana modification, and your abdomen supports and your neck lengthens. The heels of your feet press out and your abdomen engages, and you can hug through the abdominal cavity. Find those abdominal muscles, lengthen your body as much as your body needs to be, and feel that your hips are not higher than your shoulders if that's where you want to be. Find your long inhalation, deep breath. Is your body upper strength, not pushing onto the elbows, not pushing on the shoulders, right? If your shoulders are too far forward, your shoulders are going to feel the strain. Find your forms. Can you distribute the weight and responsibility of holding the position through the entire body when your body's ready? Exhale all the way through. Inhale and drop your knees and your thighs and your hips towards the ground completely, and let your toenails stretch away from the ankles and the palms of hands to separate from each other, so the elbows just become shoulder distance or wider, and your glute muscles activate, and your fingers slowly press into the ground, and you raise your chest and you raise your abdomen and you stretch gently your belly button area away from the ground and away from your pubic bone, and your glute muscles ground the hip flexors, the thighs, the toenails. Shoulder blades are not raised towards the ears. They're open wide and dropped away from the head. Less is more. Feel your body adjusting. Observe your head. Is your head neutral? Is your head needing to go and look towards your sternum, down towards the ground? Or maybe your chin lengthens out and up towards the sky to extend, not to pinch the cervical spine, but to lengthen the front of your body, including your belly, your chest, your throat. Inhale. And then exhale actively. Observe your breath. Inhaling. Use your abdomen when you exhale. One last long deep breath. Inhale deeply. And when your body exhales, slowly bend the elbows, soften the spine. Bring your toes to tuck in. Bring your hands right next to your chest. So the elbows are high and tight towards the sides of your rib cage. Breathe in. When your body is ready, press slowly with your hands, not with your wrists, not with your elbows, your chest, your abdomen, your hips, your thighs off the ground to plank position. Breathe in. When your body's ready, find your heels pressing away from the crown of the head. Your shoulders are not under the chest, which tends to happen and separates the shoulder blades. Bring your shoulders wider so your chest is engaged. Again, the degree of your movement is up to you. How much intense? Do you need to rest your knees? Do you need to come out of the position and come back into this pose? Can you find your body? Breathing as you're exhaling actively through your tummy. One last time, deep breath in. When your body exhales all the way through, raise your tailbone tall towards the sky. Inhale, walk your toes slowly, gently forward until your feet are about hip distance and the weight of your body is distributed away from your hands. Bend the right knee and drop the left heel. The left calf extends, right? Those gastrocnemius muscles. They're twin muscles on the inside and outside of that lower leg, connecting the a tendon that connects your heel to the back of your leg, all the way towards the back of your knee. Doesn't mean you're forcing anything. Listen to the messages your body's telling you. What are your wrists telling you? What are your arms and elbows and shoulders telling you? Are the crease of the elbows still looking towards each other? Can we find the head, the crown head pointing towards the floor? One more time. Flex the right knee so you can feel the thigh coming towards your tummy, and the left heel to stretch and open the calf muscles, the hamstring muscles. Let your last breaths. Can you find balance? Observe your tummy and rib cage. Last long deep breath in. When your body exhales, raise that left heel. Bend the knees towards the ground. Bring weight off your hands and wrists by walking your hands into your thighs, into your knees, into your hips, and you round one vertebra at a time, and you feel your body coming gently back upright, and you find your abdomen, your shoulders, your chest widen, your thumbs to hug and support the iliac crest. So find that your fingers, find that waist. And again, it's deep there in between all those very deep muscles that we have around our waist. I know that. Find your spine to be long and spread and feel that your glute muscles squeeze and your toenails slowly, especially your pinky toenail, opens wide so you can activate, as we already know, the pinky side of your foot activates the outer glutes, the outer thigh muscles, and your abdomen supports, and your shoulders reach back, and your chin lengthens up, and the crown of it extends slowly away from the body, away from your tailbone behind you. And your tongue moves towards the roof of your mouth. Your eyes roll behind your eyelids towards the back of your head or top of your head, and let your tongue slowly extend the throat area to feel the entire lengthening, not just of the skin, not just the spine and the entire extension of the vertebrae column without putting pressure into your vertebrae, but also the abdomen, that your hips, that your belly, that the movement inside your organs is breathing, and you can feel the breath entering into those parts and exhaling, reactivating the diaphragm. Last full breath. Allow your body to exhale deeply all the way through. Come up. Inhale towards the sky. And then slowly, hands into the ground, slowly soften towards the floor, forearms to the ground, palms of hands. You already know where to place the elbows, how to measure the distance between those elbows, not too close, not too tight, not too far away from each other. Hands connect, weight of your body onto your forearms, softly flex your toes and raise your knees. And dive the head in between your arms as if the crown of head were to touch the floor, but you press enough with your forearms, with the strength of your lat muscles, the strength of your shoulders, the strength of your chest that lengthens the spine. And maybe you can walk your toes closer in if that's even necessary for your spine to be long and tall, for your tailbone to be extended. Maybe you can extend gently your tailbone area in such a way that your crown of head is almost touching the floor, and you can feel the underarms really open and aligned, and the shoulder blades to rotate one more time towards each other. Feel your last full deep breath. Can you find your body really tall? Observe what happens when you exhale, and let your body tell you gently the exhalation. Beautiful. Breath in. Allow your hands to slowly settle to the floor. Raise your elbows. Place your hands under the shoulders. Breath in. Stay neutral. Exhale all the way through. Very, very nice. When and if your body's ready. Can you find an exhalation that empties through the spine? Can your right leg stay on the ground? Settle your right knee for balance. Move your right arm in front and to the right side of your right shoulder. Your left leg kicks back. Your left arm slowly comes off the ground. Your left arm slowly comes towards the leg, towards the hip, towards the waist, or towards the sky, or maybe over the head in front of your body. And you can reach slowly through this position to extend, to open. Is your right foot on the ground? Doing all the work. That means I'm flexing that foot so I can really control that knee, so I can really control my balance, or can I trust the top of that foot, the right foot, and the ankle? Am I really listening to my body? Is that necessary right now for my body to flex that foot? Absolutely. If that's necessary for your body, by all means, trust it. Deep breath. Exhale all the way through. Can you feel now the extension a little bit deeper of the left leg away from the right arm, or the left arm, I should say, so the entire rib cage opens and your waist area opens. One more time. Exhale all the way through, and then slowly bring your left hand towards the ground and your left knee towards the floor. Exhaling into this pose. Breath in. Observe your body. One more time, breathing in. Exhale slowly all the way through. When your body is ready, can I allow my inhalation to exhale slowly from the diaphragm area when my body exhales, and walking my hands in towards my knees when I gently and softly inhale to raise, to extend the top of my feet, the ankles, the arms slowly come behind the hips, behind the ribs, maybe shoulder height, and the palms of hands face up, and I can feel my tummy. I can feel my head. I can feel my chin. I can feel my torso really opening, and I can find my throat extending and my tongue moving towards the roof of my mouth so I can really open the entire front of my body. Can I use my shoulders? Can I use my chest muscles? Can I engage my shoulder blades to shift towards each other? Can I find my last two breaths? Squeezing the glutes, opening the belly slowly one last time, breathing in. And then exhale, rotating your thumbs towards the ground. Feel the palms of the hands slowly come towards the floor, finding your neck very gently towards the ground in a neutral position. Breathing in and breathing out. Beautiful. Inhale, left knee settles. Left hand comes a little bit wider towards the left and in front of that left shoulder. So my knee and my left arm are not aligned. They're slightly off balance. So you can feel that little balance that I need. My right leg opens. My right leg opens towards the sky. My right toes open to the right side of my body. My right hand stays on the ground, comes towards the thigh, towards the hip, towards the waist, towards the sky. Is my left foot needing to be contracted? Can I support my right arm to come slowly towards the sky or over the head? And I now extend, and I feel a different sense of extension and openness. If I were to pull you from the ankle away from your shoulder, if your arm is up, or over your head from your wrist, can I feel that movement into your body? Is your head pinching through your neck? What is my conversation inside, right? We have these stories that we tell about ourselves and our body. Can I become aware and surrender those? And what happens when I surrender those stories? Can I let my body, one more time, just simply breathe? There's not much to do, but just be in the moment. Let your last one time observe, live the moment, expand your body, and then exhale and release your hand, your knee, slowly soften, breath in. Let your body, one more time, forearms and elbows towards the ground, palms and hands towards each other. You know how to support the movement around the elbows, around the wrists, around the shoulders, around your neck. That your chest is just activated. That you can feel your pectoral muscles. Imagine you're drawing a line through your sternum, all around through your lower pecs, through and into the entire serratus, right there underneath your underarm, and your right knee and left knee start walking back. And you activate that midsection of your body, and that's as far as you're gonna go. Maybe for some of us, the knees lift off the ground. I can find myself again into that plank-like position, right? In a flat, long, inclined plane. A piece of wood can actually lay flat on my body if that's what I choose to do. And can I squeeze my abdomen, my glutes, my hips, my neck is long, not dropped. Breathe in. When my body's ready, my right knee slowly touches the ground as I exhale all the way, and then bounces off the ground as I inhale. And then I exhale the left knee towards the ground without shifting the right. And then bounces off the ground as I inhale, and I repeat as I exhale to the right side. Coming back upright, breathing in is my elbow or just my wrist. Exhale through your left, inhale through your left. Last time, right knee, squeeze your abdomen, contract, soften your jaw, inhale, raise, exhale your left side. One final time. Can I raise my left knee? Bend the knees flat into the ground, stretch your toenails, abdomen, and hips on the floor. Exhale kindly. Breathe in. Allow your arms to extend in front of your body, in front of your yoga mat, all the way out as your abdomen, chest, and shoulders come closest towards the yoga mat. Your forehead touches the floor, your nose, your chin, whichever is most comfortable. Your arms are not squeezing and preventing blood to flow into the neck, right? Those very important arteries that feed your entire brain and head with fresh oxygen. Give enough room as your shoulders widen. Breath in. Let your body exhale. And when and if my body is ready, can I activate? So what does it take to activate the abdomen? That means the space between your belly button area and your pubic bone. Can I contract it? And so what does it feel like to contract that? How does it feel to allow my legs to stretch through your toes and I can feel my leg muscles activating, including my glutes? And can I find my shoulder blades wide in such a way that my thumbs raise up towards the sky and I feel my thumbs looking towards the ceiling while my fingers point in front of my shoulders and my forehead stays on the ground, and maybe the legs slowly press away from your body and off the yoga mat, and your fingers and hands slowly open in front. Not because height is the need, is extension. Imagine I'm going to pull you from your wrists away from your waist, and I'm raising your torso long, and your knees activate, your feet activate, your calves, your toes activate, feel them connected. One more time, out of the palms of the hands looking towards each other. Is that the best way for your arms and shoulders? Deep breath. Are your thumbs looking towards the ceiling and your pinkies towards the ground? Is that the best for your entire rotator cuff? One more time. Find your last long session. Extend and open your upper body and let your body exhale and release thighs and arms and hands into the ground. Beautiful. Inhale and exhale. When and if your body is ready, let your hands come in towards the shoulders, towards the sides of your pecs. Is your body able to exhale into position, your elbows closest towards your rib cage? That movement, is that activating the shoulder blades? Can I hear my shoulder blades moving towards each other? And so what happens? How do I support that through my fingers? Is my index and thumb connected to the ground while my pinky is widening? And my jaw draws in and the crown of it extends, and I can feel my glutes slowly connecting. So my shins and toenails press into the ground, and the body exhales all the way through. Can I allow my chest only to raise off the ground along with my head? Allow your glute muscles to activate, your abdomen to support, your hands to be right under your shoulders or chest, light pressure on your fingers and hands, do not push. Elbows tighten into my body so I can feel my back muscles hugging my cervical spine. Can I find my feet? The closer the legs are towards each other, the more intense the position. So find your intensity. The opposite is true, that the farther away that is from each other, the less intense. So find what's appropriate for your body today. With your index and thumb press, your hands slowly press into the ground, and you raise slowly your chest, abdomen, and thighs, and your knees remain to the ground. You adjust your toes by flexing them, by extending them. And for some of us, we can go into full up dog position, meaning the knees come off the ground, the heels slowly press back while your toes tuck in and your chest raises. And you feel your body just opening, and your chin lengthens up towards the sky, and your eyes look towards the eyebrows. Is that too much? Is that too much for your body? What's the benefit? Measure your benefit. What is your body telling you? Is that necessary to go any farther? Then you let your body exhale. Can you feel the front of your body really stretching while the back of your body? Now you've activated the shoulders, you've activated the muscles of your back, you've activated your glutes. You can now let your thighs and hips and abdomen and chest extend and your throat open. Let your last long inhalation exhale through and raise your tailbone into down dog, all the way to down dog. You have warmed up your calves a little bit. So now both feet walk, walk again, as wide as your hips, maybe, or and your hands adjust as wide as your shoulders, as long as your middle finger is parallel towards the opposite hand's middle finger, and your head drops in between your shoulder blades, and your shoulder blades shift towards each other. Again, it's about opening the chest. The antagonistic muscle, the opposite muscle of your chest, is right there behind and between your shoulder blades. Can you hug your shoulder blades towards each other so you can press against the entire thoracic and cervical spine, and your chest opens and your pectoral muscles open and your heart opens and your head drops and your heels come towards the ground without locking your knees or your elbows or your wrists, and your index and thumb connects. And can you feel again those building blocks that you reached before? Can you find your last one breath, that your glutes, that your body weight shifts away from your hands and wrists, and slowly as you're inhaling, feel the body breathing, and then slowly soften your right foot softly forward, your left foot gently forward. Bring your right leg just in between your right and left hand, closer towards the right hand. Your left leg is going to take one big step behind until the heel of that left foot or back foot is looking towards the center and the left toes are whitening. And your right knee is as extended or as flexed as it needs to be. And can I find that my legs take over? And I'm not using my back, I'm not using my shoulders, I'm not using my neck. I'm simply using the strength of my legs, the flexibility of my hamstrings, opening the calf muscles, and my torso starts gently falling, gentle extension over that right thigh. The crown of the head slowly extends forward towards the ankle, towards the toes. And I breathe out through your tummy and lower back. One more time, feel the inhalation. And then exhale. So what happens when your body opens? What are the thoughts? Immediately, many times happens to me that I don't want to feel, right? Sometimes I just don't want to feel, so I escape. And my mind just goes all kinds of directions. And I'd rather take a bathroom break, not to mock of anybody here, but and let your body slowly, again, recover and come back in. Absolutely appropriate, as much as the tea spits you about it. Find your belly and find your spine, find your shoulders. Feel your body one more time, traveling through. When your body exhales all the way through, slowly flex your right knee completely, and then walk your left foot next to your right one, and then exhale your right leg all the way behind. One more time. You know how to align your hips by drawing that line between your toes of the front foot and the heel of the front foot, that imaginally creating this line that will touch the arch of that back foot while your hands are not doing the pressure, your elbows and torso, your head is not carrying the responsibility position. Your body slowly leans softly forward, not locking the knee on the left, soften the knee. And maybe slowly those muscles and tendons and ligaments that support the knee are starting to stretch. And again, they're very tender, they're very gentle. So find that your thigh is contracting. So you're allowing the antagonistic muscle, the counter, the opposite muscle to also extend, stretch. And it's not just muscles, as we already have talked about, it's all those ligaments and tendons and the shoulders and spine. Am I carrying my shoulders? Am I tightening my back? Or am I able to slowly let it fall all the way forward? Let your last 2 breaths, inhaling through your glutes, extending out. I don't mean to inhale through your glutes, but let your body slowly focus as you inhale to bring the air into those hip area, waist muscles, and let your body exhale all the way through. Inhaling, bending the left knee lightly and softly, and then step forward one more time through your right leg.
And then exhale into the center position with your knees as bent or as extended as need to be. And let the left leg slowly stretch back. Reach one more time. This time, we're going to switch the right hand to come towards your higher shin, mid shin, lower thigh, lower shin area towards the ankle. And your torso is not curled. You want to avoid curling, especially on the right side of the torso. And the left arm comes onto your waist, onto your hips, onto your glutes, and your head looks towards the right. Leg, toes, jaw draws in, or maybe looks in front of the chest, or looks all the way above the left shoulder. And you imagine yourself leaning into an imaginary wall behind you. And again, the first times I try that, or the many times I've tried that, I feel like I'm falling. And that's okay to challenge my body. So my torso, and it's okay if I fall, and I just get up and try it again and see how that feels. Allow my back and shoulders to lean to that imaginary wall. So my hips are not behind. I'm not creating an angle with my torso as much as possible. If that's the case, I bring my arm a little bit higher and feel that my torso is lengthened a little bit taller. So giving more room for those hamstrings or again, muscles of the back of your leg to feel more room, and my hips activate, my glute muscles open, my hip area, especially in the right femur entering into the hip, is supported by all the muscles inside and out. When my last long inhalation opens, exhale all the way through the left arm, the one on the hip or the leg, raises towards the sky, bring it gently tall. Imagine you're pointing it towards the ceiling one more time. Breathe with that left arm all the way perpendicular towards the ground and ceiling. And then slowly bring it over your head as you exhale. Bring it all the way forward towards the top of your mat, bending the right knee, softly touching the floor with the left hand, stepping forward through your left leg, and settling gently on the forward bend or Uttanasana position. And balance your body, not pushing with your hands, not pushing with your fingers, dropping your head, shifting the weight of your body towards your heels. Less is always more. When your body exhales, your abdomen flexes and your right leg inhales back, and you find that perfect triangle pose. One more time, Trikonasana position. Allow your body to exhale. This time, the left hand is going to take an important or pivotal role here to support your body. You walking it up onto your ankle, to your foot, onto the ground if your body allows it, as long as your left torso especially is not arched down, is lengthened away from the waist, and your shoulders and torso lengthen, and your glute muscles activate, and your spine extends away from your tailbone, and you look towards the toes, or towards the ankle, or towards the knee, or towards the shoulder, and the weight of my body is present to the right heel. And I squeeze my glutes so I can feel my hips opening. I can look towards the sky or towards the front of the chest or towards the ground to find my entire connection to my body, as imagining as I'm leaning into a wall behind me. And so what happens if I rest my both shoulders to a wall behind me and find the body exhale? So what is less and what is the more part of here? Can I find my body breathing? Observing that my spine and my hips are balanced this time, right? My one side was connected first, and now I'm really paying attention towards the opposite end. What is the feeling behind the movement of my body in that way? Can I find my last full exhalation, breathing slowly, and my right arm then prepares to slowly come from the hip, from the legs towards the sky, and I slowly extend through those fingers. And the palm of my right hand is an extension of my chest. One more time, breathe into this pose. Soften your toes, press in the heels, let your last one breath, inhaling. So your shoulders and rib cage opens, and use the breath to move your right arm over your head, rounding or flexing your left knee, and see if your hands come slowly towards the ground. And you're going to gently carry your right leg forward towards the front of your body until your feet are balanced equal, supporting the heels of your feet, not the tip of your toes, and your hands walk softly up your shins, up your thighs, up your legs until your body slowly comes into upright position. And you observe your body exhaling. Standing very gently through this pose, exhale all the way through, letting your body one more time open the arms forward directly in front of your body and up towards the sky as your opening the body tall, and then move your arms wide as you exhale. Again, take the opportunity to inhale, to really oxygenate your body, breathing in, and let the exhalation, your own timing to move your lungs one inhalation at a time, deep breath, expanding, opening all the parts of your body, and really let the body deoxygenate. So exhale all the old stuff that we don't need inside, including thoughts and emotions, and let your body one more time. What are you thinking about when you move tall and when you open your body? What are you letting go? What is your mind focusing in last one breath? What is your moving meditation like right now? And let your body exhale and breathe out. Beautiful. Let your thumbs come towards the base of your spine as your index and thumb come around your hips. Let your body settle gently. Again, your thumbs into the crest or the top side or the top edge of your hips, which is your ilium, and let your fingers wrap around that waist area and your thumbs to dig deeper as close as the insertion of the hip into your sacrum, into the base of the lumbar spine. So find your thumbs coming into that very crevice that the edges of your hips do as they insert into that sacrum, into the base of the vertebrae column and before those fused vertebrae. And the elbows then are able to bend behind you. So your thumbs are supporting the base of the spine. You can feel what is the connection to the base of your spine. Your fingers are wrapped around your waist, so your rib cage starts lifting, as if you're just raising your chest towards the sky, as if you're just extending your rib cage towards the ceiling. Your head naturally will adjust. You don't have to think about it. Let your body tell you what is most comfortable, and lengthen your spine back as if you're just looking towards the wall behind you, and your elbows come a little bit closer to each other so you can really open your chest. You want to activate your pectoral muscles because you want to create, again, muscle tone around your chest. Sometimes it's important to have those chest muscles develop so you can feel the function around our breathing. Can you feel your spine tall, your glute muscles holding the sacrum, your knees never locked? When and if your body exhales, let your breath come in through your nose, inhaling when you're ready, and softly through your mouth. Open your mouth and exhale it out through your tongue out. 2 more times in through your nose. And last time from your gut. Slowly raise up, come into upright position, and then kindly bend forward. Let your body slowly drape your arms, your shoulders, your torso forward towards the ground, and let your exhalation empty from your gut. Your abdomen is still active, your spine is still long, your neck is slowly dangling, your head or the crown of head is pointing gently towards the floor, and your fingers gently touch as slow as they will allow it. And find that your body is not on your back, right? It's not pushing on your shoulders or your head, but it's flexing through your glutes. Can you feel your glutes activating? Can you find your chin tucking in so the crown of the head points towards the direction of your toes or your feet off the ground, and the palms, the hands, slowly come a little bit closer towards the floor. So one more time, what is it that we need to let go? What is it that we are surrendering forward for? Is my head coming closer towards my legs, towards my shins? Not because it's necessary, not because I gain anything better by doing that, but maybe that is a sign of my body just activating a little bit deeper. Or if that's what the body needs right now, or maybe the body needs a little bit softer movement. Can I find my last 2 breaths? Not because I'm pushing through my back, it's because I'm flexing through the front. Again, antagonistic muscles exhale all the way through. And when your body's ready, soften your knees as you're inhaling, pressing through the heels of your feet when you exhale, and walk your hands or slowly, not because of your back, you raise the torso gently up into upright position. Very, very kindly breathe into this position. Exhale when your body finds full upright position of your torso and spine. Breath in. Excellent. Allow your body to slowly breathe kindly in. Exhale all the way through. Maintaining your right foot on the top of your mat. We're going to bring the left foot towards the back of your mat. It doesn't matter how far. And then both toes are going to turn, or both feet. We have multiple toes, not just two, hopefully. And the toes move towards the left edge of the yoga mat. So the feet are now parallel, and the feet are right foot towards the top of the mat, back foot towards the back of the yoga mat. Your toes and feet are parallel, and the body slowly is going to gently place the hands on the waist and then start feeling the tilt of your hips. So the idea is not your back, but the hips are tilting and your knees never locked. You're not pushing on the toes, as you already know. You're simply tilting because you're raising the glutes up, and your torso will naturally follow the tilt of your hips as you exhale towards the ground. And you look slowly towards the space between your feet, between your hamstrings, between your thighs, between into the space on the wall behind you, or to the person behind you, or your jaw draws in and the crown head extends towards the ground, and you pressing lightly towards your hips, so you extend slowly those hamstring muscles. When the body is ready, can I find an exhalation that releases again the weight of my torso, the weight of my body lengthens towards the ground. One more time, breathing in as the body exhales all the way through, allowing my inhalation to engage those glutes and thighs, to press the heels towards the ground as I exhale and bend my knees. And then with my strength of the legs, holding onto my waist, feeling how my hips tilt, and then I'll tilt up. I raise my torso towards the sky and find my body tall and long, and I exhale through my heels on the floor, softening my toes, opening active arches of the feet, moving the hands slowly forward in front of your body towards the sky as my fingers and hands reach each other, and my knuckles press up towards the ceiling, and my body exhales. And I find my body tall and long, not twisting, not forcing, not doing anything other than staying with my heels grounded, my toes long, and adjusting my glutes as if my tailbone, which tends to arch back, my tailbone is now tucked under my legs. So I can feel that my hips slowly tilt in. So that activates my abdomen, that raises my rib cage, that opens the shoulders and aligns my cervical spine and aligns the rest of my vertebral column. So if my belly is actually extended, that means my lower back is actually pressing. If my abdomen is tucked in, I can lengthen and really feel how that lumbar spine lengthens. And observing one more time, breath in without holding or withholding your breath, or finding breath that is labored. Let your last long inhalation observe your body, what it feels like to extend. And then exhale, bring your arms slowly forward in front of your body and slowly tilt gently forward. This time without holding your hips. You know what it feels like to tilt your hips out and forward, as if your torso then accompanies the hips gently to lengthen, never locking your knees. Your knees, soften them, move your heels, move your toes, so you're still aware of the grasp of your ankles, the support to your knees and hips, and let your right hand cross over towards the left leg, knee, shin, calf, ankle, foot, arch of your foot, pinky toe of the left foot, while your right elbow is not locked. If it's too low, your right arm and the right shoulder is going to pull your torso. You want to have a little bit of a bend on that right elbow, so your left hand comes slowly up your leg, up your hip, up your thigh, all the way towards the lower back, whichever is the case, and your body exhales, and you feel your body weight shifting towards your glutes, and your spine twists, and you open the back muscles. The focus should be of flexing the left obliques to allow your left abdomen to contract, while the right elbow, the right shoulder, the spine moves towards the ground. One more time, breathing in, toes alight. Exhale, exhale, last full breath in. Again, use your breath. Really exhale and slowly soften. Bring your hand back into center. Both hands slowly. Press your fingers towards the ground. Let the tallest finger hold you, or your hands with the full palms of hands, so your torso lengthens as far off the floor as you need to without shifting the weight off the heels. So your torso raises forward in front of the hips without arching the spine, opening the arms wide enough so it's your chest that drives the movement, not your chin. It's not the forehead. It's not the crown of the head that lifts up. It's the center of your chest. Your breastbone carries the body, and your weight shifts towards your glutes, not because you're locking your knees. Your knees are bending as much as your body needs it. So your thighs become strong. So your glutes become strong, and you're hugging your knees. You're hugging your ankles. Find your body breathing. Observe your belly retracts and supports your lower back. One more time. Let your body long and broad and extended, as if your fingers are pulling the torso away from the waist, and your waist or glutes are shifting back towards the space behind you. Let your last long inhalation. Spine exhales and drops slowly forward and down, and you feel your body coming gently towards the ground, releasing pressure. One more time. Bend your knees, soften your ankles, move your toes so you find awareness on those legs. And when your body's ready, your left hand exhales across your body towards the right thigh, towards your knee, towards your shin, towards the ankle, towards your big toe, towards the pinky toe of the right foot with your left elbow. Soften and your right hand into your right ankle, shin, knee, thigh, hip, waist, lower back, and feel your body twisting and support. And your head draws the chin in. And so, what does it feel like to just invest time? So, how do I feel? Do my legs need to go a little bit wider because I'm really flexible on this side? Or do my legs need to come a little bit closer because my body's a little more challenged on this side of my body? Do I need to rest? Do I need to come out of the position completely? And I do it very softly if I do it, very gently, never with the muscles of your back, but coordinated with your breathing. Or can I stay and add a little more intensity and feel my jaw, my spine aligns with my head and tailbone? Can I find my last two breaths that move air, that I'm letting my body really come into this position, and I feel the oblique muscles of my right side really squeezing as if I'm just pinching them into the front of my right liver. When your body's ready, exhale, exhale all the way through, and then slowly bring my left hand, my right hand come towards the ground, and I touch slowly in that center position. Exhale very gently, allowing softly for my fingers to slowly come. One more time. Fists, knuckles, tip of the fingers, full palm hand, wide enough so my chest comes all the way forward, and I raise my glutes and I feel my body shifting into my heels and not holding onto my ankles or knees, and let my abdomen retract off the ground, and I feel my body exhaling, breathing in. When my body is ready, feel that my hips only move a little bit towards the left side. So that means as if my right glute or my right hip presses down and stretches the inner thigh, and my torso slowly looks towards the left side of my body. As if I were to place my hand on the only the right side of your hip and press you down so that the right inner thigh extends and my body looks just towards the left side of my body without dropping the torso. The torso remains tall in front of the hips. One more time. Feel as if you're just pressing and extending away from that right foot. Lengthen the inner thigh of the right leg, not tearing, not pinching, not forcing. Let your last long inhalation, and then exhale back to center. Can you feel in a very subtle way, bringing the opposite side? And my hands remain in position, and my left hip slowly presses down, and my right hip comes taller, and that's just an extension, as if my body shifts away from that left foot, extending the inner thighs of that left leg. And am I more successful in one side or the other? And so, what does success look like in yoga, right? Can we define what that means? And sometimes we think is competition is what it looks like externally, but it's what is my body feeling? Am I able to even have awareness on how my hips move and shift? Can I bring attention to my body without locking or hurting my joints when my last two breaths? Observing my gut, my belly. What are the other muscles that are inhaling and opening so my torso remains tall? Exhale and then release very, very gently back to center, bringing my hands to support, never rushing, always through my breathing. My right knee comes to the ground. My body slowly rotates forward towards the length of my yoga mat. My body exhales, letting my abdomen and thighs and chest come towards the yoga mat, and I rest on my chest slowly, and I feel my legs extended gently behind me, long stretched toes. Hands may come to crocodile position, forehead over the back of the hands, while the hands come on top of each other and your shoulders drop down. Imagine that I'm going to just place weight on the back of your shoulder blades and your chest comes closer towards the ground. Imagine that I'm going to just apply pressure right in the lumbar spine, on the hips, pressing them down towards the floor. And your feet and your heels and your legs release all pressure. Are you still breathing? Are you still connecting to your body? Every breath is about surrendering that pressure, that tension, tightness, the ideas, the entire processing of my thought, trying to calculate and creating lists of things and all those parts that happen inside my head, judging, evaluating. Can I just simply listen? And when and if my body is ready, I'm going to take my left leg very, very softly, and I'm going to roll on my right side, the right torso, by pressing my left hand to the ground. And my left leg is going to flex the knee and place the inner thigh of that left leg as close to the ground as possible, and the knee as high towards my body. And I turn my head to rest the right cheekbone, the right ear to the floor, and my left knee comes a little bit higher, not because I'm using the knees, because I'm stretching the inner thigh and the hip, while the right leg remains far away. And imagine now the same pressure on the lower back first, as if I were pressing down in your lumbar spine, in your hips, in your sacrum area. So the hips gently extend those inner thigh muscles. And the chest and the shoulders widen and drop towards the ground away from the lower back. Am I holding through my hands and elbows? Am I tightening, or am I able to surrender? Just feel your head, feel your body weight shifting towards the ground. Rather than holding something, can I melt the weight of your body? Let the body weight use the supports from the ground. What does that feel like for my inner thigh, for my ankle, for my foot? What does that feel like for my hip and waist? Am I breathing? My entire abdomen and chest seek to be deeper into my yoga mat. Last few seconds. Very, very gently from this position. Prepare your body with your mind. Again, everything starts with your mind. Can you really focus? Can you really visualize what are the muscles that need to be activated? Can I activate my right leg and right glute to just give me support? Is my left hand and arm active in such a way that presses softly to the ground? And I pseudo roll onto the right side of my body to free my left leg to come behind, to stretch it, to lengthen it into the floor, to exhale into the center pose. And then I switch gently towards the mirror position, meaning the right hand presses, rolling a little bit into the left side of my torso, and I flex my right knee in such a way so the inner thigh, it's not so much how high the knee is, but how high and far away from the hip. So the inner thigh that connects the muscles to my hip are gently pressing towards the ground. And I let my left cheekbone and my left ear come closest to the floor so my shoulders and elbows are not tightening through my neck. And I feel my cervical spine, my thoracic spine, my lumbar spine to really release pressure. That I'm not holding my fingers, that I'm not holding through my teeth. What are the residuals of tension or energy in my body? This is your yoga practice, your time with your body, with your healing energy to rediscover and layer all those things that prevent us to be present. Are we holding those in our body? Am I adjusting my breath? Can I feel my joints? Is there anything that I need to shift and move? I don't need to be static. I need to feel my way into the most relaxed and closest position to the ground, as if pressure were applied in the lumbar area. Gonna take a few seconds to invest in the exhalation of this position. And inhaling brings what energy to my body? How can I be attentive to the movement, to the breath, to the softness? Am I really letting go and touching the ground? I'm still pushing a little bit off the floor. Where's my mind and my attention? How can I kindly and non-violently bring that to attention? How can I practice my yoga today? Very, very, very gently. Using your own rhythm, your own breath, your own heart rate, that your left toes and foot flex. Your right hand and left hand slowly move towards the sides of your body. That your head softly returns, and you can bring your right leg to slowly undo because you're rolling softly towards the left and then rolling back onto your belly. Exhale into this position. Find your body exhaling kindly. Take one breath to balance, to really monitor both sides, to exhale anything that your body still is holding on to that might not be needed. Embrace the things that you have discovered about yourself that you want to keep. And kindly flex the toes. Bring your hands right next to your chest. Slowly press your head and chest and abdomen, hips off the ground until your hands and knees support your body in that neutral position. Exhale very gently, and then you can cross your feet over your ankles. You can bring your legs around, sitting gently into Sukhasana position, facing the front of your yoga mat. As we started the yoga practice with your legs extended, your legs in Padottanasana, your legs in, again, uh, easy cross leg position in front of your body or gently into full lotus position, completely relevant, right? It's not the form, it's not the external. What really matters is what is it in my body and what is that my body needs right now, because the body is the instrument. It's just the tool for our spirit. It's the tool that supports, it's a temple of our spirit, is a tool that supports our soul, our true existence, the one that persists. The soul never goes away, has always existed. It just simply changes bodies. That's all it does. And so that is our permanent being. That's who we really are. And it's in constant traveling of finding our infinite source. As my mind and body centers, and I find those things I want to keep. And I find those things that I want to, or need to, or prefer to let go. And letting the palms of the hands and arms to slowly move towards the sides of the legs and hips. And then in a gentle movement, as if you're just really opening the heart, as if you're just really creating that your own energy occupies space. And then that energy come all the way around you until your hands reach above the head area and the palms of hands touch. And the elbows then bend when you're ready to exhale, so the hands travel through the midline of your body towards your heart center. And as we prepare to, this is where we do yoga. Outside is where we really practice our yoga, right? We can be all kinds of ways on a yoga mat, but it's truly outside when it really matters. So can we carry those things we want to keep, focusing on the things and attaching our mind into those beautiful energies of peacefulness and harmony, and to really understanding our own truth, what is really, really true for me. And most importantly, so my soul can reawaken a little bit deeper to feed that flame of selfless, divine love.